What if you wanted a laptop that plays games at a decent frame rate, but your budget is only $1,000? What would you do? Well, let's talk about it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another super exciting video. We're gonna do something different today and talk about gaming laptops, which I have no experience with. But someone reached out to me on Discord asking me, of all people, what's a good gaming laptop? And I said, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't do gaming laptops. I have no experience with that whatsoever. And I don't want to pretend like I know what I'm talking about if I don't know what I'm talking about. And so the person said, well, I want a gaming laptop to travel internationally and be able to play games. And I said, okay, so, go on YouTube or go Google it. I really can't help you with that question. But they said, I watched your videos and I know that you like to find good deals and price to performance. And so I just want your opinion on what you would buy for a gaming laptop. And the laptop that was suggested to this person was this one right here. The Asus ROG Strix G16, which is here for $1,500. So after I almost died from hearing that a laptop costs $1,500, I said, well, that's kind of a lot, isn't it? I mean, and they said, well, it's supposed to be a laptop that looks like a laptop, but it can also play games. And it's a business trip, so I think maybe it's kind of a write-off or expense thing. So, but then they also said, I said, that's a lot, you could buy a handheld device and a laptop for $1,500. And they said, well, I just want it to be a laptop. So it looks like a laptop. You can do work stuff on it. And then if you want to play games, you can play games. But I don't want to spend $1,500. And apparently they have to pay cash for this. So obviously, if you were going to finance this, you would just buy this one, right? Because a couple of dollars a month in the financing doesn't really matter. So I said, well, maybe what if we found something under 1,000? And they said, yes, that's good. I'm comfortable with that. And so I just did a couple of quick searches online, and I couldn't find the best laptop under $1,000. You just get, if you Google it or put it in YouTube, you're going to get 4,000 results. There's no right answer. It's like asking somebody which car to buy. And I said, just my rule of thumb in that case, which is what I apply to cars, is you don't buy a new car. You buy a car that's 1 or 2 years old, that's still under warranty and in good condition, and you save a lot of money that way. So they said, well, what's the best laptop under $1,000? So this is what I came up with. I quickly searched and I have found this one. Not this one, this one. This is the first result that I thought was okay. And this was the MSI Thin 15.6 Ryzen 5 4060 $789. So in theory, you could buy two of these for the same price as the other one. And it was just the first thing that came up. I wasn't recommending it. I just said, this is what I found, and here you go. And they came back with that comment that said, okay, that sounds good. I said, I can do better if I look and search. And so they said, well, can you suggest me some other ones? And I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. I was surprised that it's so difficult. I can't imagine being somebody trying to shop for this because there's so many options. So many options. And so I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a list of the top 5 laptops that I can find under $1,000 for gaming. And then they said, well, can you narrow it to 3, which is more difficult because now you have to make decisions. But anyway, I did do it just because I think that this is something that people should know about. See, when you don't know anything about computers, generally speaking, the people that buy these things, they don't know a whole bunch about computers. They either have a lot of money, or maybe the parents are buying it for the kid, and they just buy whatever, they don't look at the specs and all this stuff. So for me, the important thing that I tried to look for was the battery life, because that's always a concern with a gaming laptop. They always have bad battery life. The refresh rate, the resolution of the screen, and the processor, right? So here's my list. So this is what I just put together, and you guys that have more knowledge than me about this, which is basically everybody, can tell me if there's something else better. Now, I didn't do a deep dive. I just kind of picked the things. So this is the original Asus ROG Strix G16. It's $1,500. It has a 14th Gen i7, 16-inch screen. Refresh rate is 165. DDR5 1 terabyte, 5060 included, 5.5 pounds. If you had the money, you would just buy this, right? The one that I found was this one, but it turns out there's several different versions of this. So I actually found the original one that I picked that was $789 had 512 gigabytes of storage. So this is the same thing, and it was 2024. This is a newer version of the same thing. So it's a Ryzen 5, whatever, I don't know Ryzen, but it's that. It's 15.6, 144 refresh rate. All of these cheaper ones are going to be DDR4. So you would say, well, why would you buy a DDR4 laptop? Well, I mean, is it worth paying $500 more for a DDR5 laptop with a 5060? I don't know. I mean, it's for a business trip. It's not to use every single day for the rest of your life. So I'm the one that suggested a 4060 or 4050 GPU, because now that people are upgrading, the prices go down, and it's kind of like the last generation one. So I thought that was the way to go. And probably after the business trip, it won't be used that much anymore. So it's kind of a temporary thing. So that was my initial selection. MSI thin. It only weighs 4 pounds. And they said, well, I don't care about the weight, but for me, if I was traveling, especially if you're traveling internationally, I want it to be as light as possible. You can't lug around a big giant laptop to play games unless you're playing the games in the airport. You know, it's in your bag and you move it, and then when you get in the hotel and you set it up and do all that. So that was my choice. It's under 1,000. And these are my notes here. I also found this Asus TUF F16, which is a Core 5 210. I've never heard of that processor before. I think that's maybe a lighter version of the Core Ultra. Not sure. 16-inch, 144, but it only comes with 8 gigs. And that one is right. Where'd it go? Let's click on the link. That's this one. $9.99. So I wouldn't do this DDR5, but I wouldn't do this because it's only 8 gigs. I mean, it has to be, for $1,000, I think it has to be 16 gigs. You can upgrade it, sure, but the person that wants to buy this doesn't know how to upgrade anything. They just want to buy it and use it. And I like Asus TUF stuff, but it doesn't work. You know, there's 512. It is DDR5, but it's 8 gigabyte, and I just feel like this would be not for $1,000. I don't think so. I put it on the list because that's what I found. There's probably another version. I think I saw there was a G16 of this. If there was another version that was better of the Asus, I might go that way, but I'm sorry, Asus. To me, that just sounds like too much for the 8 gigabytes, and it's 7 pounds. And then I remember a lot of people like Alienware laptops, so I tried to find an Alienware. So I found this one, Alienware X14R2, which is this one here. So this has 13th gen i7, 512 gigabyte SSD, 6 gigabyte. Wait, what? Oh, 16 gigabyte RAM. Okay. And it has backlit key. I think that for a gaming laptop, the backlit key is a little bit important. Not a backlit keyboard in general, but like where the keys are visible at night, because that's when a lot of people play. But still, $1,000. I don't know. And QHD, I don't know what that means. It's 2 years old. This one, I forgot to mention. Wait, where did it go? Here. Oh, here. It said this one was OLED, but it doesn't say it. Is it OLED? Thought it was OLED. It says QHD plus. I like this if it was cheaper. And the only reason why I say that is because Alienware gaming laptops, they last for a long time. I don't know about the new ones, but the older ones, people use these for years and years and years, and they don't have any problems. So, because it is made by Dell, so it's not going to break. But why does it say QHD? I thought it was display QHD OLED. Yeah, it is OLED. 1440p. So I kind of, I like this, but it's just the price. If this was just $100 cheaper, then I might push it up to the top. But also it's refurbished, so it only has a 90-day warranty, so that's not good. And it's older, it's 2023. This is 24, 25, 25. But, and we were talking about the storage. I said, well, you know, the cheaper ones, if you're going under 1,000, they're going to have 512 storage, right? Because that was what every laptop used to have, or computer, you know, a year or two ago. But the problem is 512 storage, if you install Call of Duty, that's already more than 100 gigabytes. You install 2 more good games and you're almost out of storage. So it has to be a terabyte. And I said, well, that's why I said, you know, you can upgrade it later. And they said, well, I don't know how to do that and I don't want to. So the 512s are kind of out of the conversation at this point. But anyway, this is what I found. This is just a little quick discussion. If you know of something better for under 1,000, let me know so I can help this person. But I think at this point we're probably leaning on the MSI thin for the 900 and call it a day. Actually, there is another one available that has 32 gigs for 1,000, so that's an option too. But I mean, I don't think you necessarily need 32. If you're just playing one game, I don't think you need 32. It's nice to have, but 32 is more of if you're doing multiple things at one time kind of thing. So I think in this situation, 16 is fine. I have 32, but I really don't use more than 32 usually. I mean, I don't use more than 16 usually. So there you go. These are the first options that I found for a gaming laptop under 1,000 in 2025. So let me know what you think. And we'll see you on the next one.